Okay, my name's Graham. Some people call me Bad Graham, but sort of in a good way. Where I come from, well, I'm from Hampton Park, which is near Melbourne in Victoria, Australia. Volunteer predominantly at Phillip Island, which is probably my favourite track. Also do Sandown, done Sydney V8s, done Bathurst, been MotoGP, World Superbikes down the island. Speciality, well, I'm a communicator, but I also do flags. Have been doing that now since about 2009, where I started at Phillip Island in Victoria. Favourite track, well, obviously my favourite track's Phillip Island, even though geographically my closest track is Sandown. Great to sort of get amongst friends and all that sort of stuff. Favourite car? Well, I don't really have a favourite car. I like well-engineered cars. I like cars that can do things that the rest can't do and can win a series. Favourite drivers? Well, F1 would have to be Daniel, simply because he's an Aussie. Australian favourite driver, Craig Lowndes, basically because I think he's been able to, over the years, drive cars to probably positions they couldn't have been in with anybody else. Why would I recommend marshalling to other people? Well, you get to meet a great group of people, travel around, good camaraderie, have a bit of a joke, get closer to the racing than any of the spectators will ever get, that's for sure. And that's probably what I like most about marshalling as well, is the fact that, there's so many different people do it. Sites like this prove that. What don't I like? Well, I don't like the early starts. I don't really like the rain, hail and things like that. But you know what? As far as things I'd change, I wouldn't change any of it. It's all pretty good. Craziest experience, probably a few years back, race restart after safety car, wet track, Sydney, had probably half the field hit our flag point at turn 5. Scared the bejesus out of all of us, moved the flag point, which is concrete barrier because it's a road track. But we all survived and got up and had a laugh and filled out the paperwork. Fun experience? Well, probably my funnest experience every year is F1s in Melbourne. Great group of people I've worked with over the years. Have a laugh, like when the cars aren't on the track, have a laugh, have a giggle, and generally muck about. But as far as travelling goes, well, I've only done tracks in Australia. Only ones I really travel to are Sydney and Bathurst. Would like to do more, but it's always work and money, so you've got to balance a lot. The question of what must visitors learn about our country? Well, learn that we do like to take the piss. We don't take things too seriously. Take the racing seriously when the cars are on track, but other than that, have a laugh, maybe have a beer, after the racing, and generally enjoy the racing and being close to the track. Cheers.